So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. When you hear the phrase, it ain't tricking if you got it, it means absolutely nothing. It's just something that guys said in the past because they really tricked off on the women in their lives. Operative phrase is women in their lives. Now, what's happening is men are tricking less, but more men are tricking. It's a savage state of comeuppance that women are experiencing right now, where they can do a fraction of what women used to do to get paid, but make more money. Because tricks these days are more willing to give for nothing than they've ever been before. Now, of course, I know y'all heard the story about this reality TV star chick, Bhad Baby, professing, claiming, and actually showing receipts that she made $1 million as soon as she put up her OnlyFans account. Now, here's the thing about OnlyFans. You can't touch her, can't smell her. For the most part, can't even talk to her unless it's some weird video chat type activity. But she made $1 million in 24 hours. I guarantee you that there is no woman who has ever put in work on the street who can profess to have done so little and made so much. But what does this say about the state of tricking? I wasn't going to talk about this because the homie Young Clinks did such a wonderful job on this video, and CGA killed it on his live stream. I said, well, what can I say about this? Then a little voice popped in my head and said, hold up, wait a minute. BOA, put some pimping in it. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, the seriousness of this issue, I think, is lost on most men in this society because most men in this society are tricks. There may not be tricks on a high level, but most men in this society are tricks. Most men in this society, if you gave them $1 million, the first thing they think about is what they could do to impress women. But here's the problem with what's going on. For this woman to make $1 million, let's just give an example here, a financial example. A membership is likely $10. So that means with what she is showing on this receipt, over 100,000 people, mostly men, subscribe to this OnlyFans account to see this woman, not to touch her, not to even taste her if that's what you like to do, not to even smell her, to see her. See her like we seeing her in this thumbnail. You may be able to get to see more, but seeing is seeing. Seeing is not believing. Seeing is seeing. Touching is believing. See, we're in such a state of trigonometry in this particular society, man, that men give to women they don't know. Men trick off on women they don't even want. I want y'all to think about how logical that is. Men trick off on women they don't even want. There was a time when you could respect a trick for paying for a service. Now, these guys are getting no service. They just pay. Like, these guys have money in their pocket. They're like, well, I can't think of anything to buy myself. Can't think of anything to buy my son. My mom don't need none. Yeah, my dad just bought new fishing rods. He don't need none. Well, the needy people don't need none. They just got their little check on the first and third. What can I do with this money in my pocket? I can trick off on a woman. And I know some beta male, some man Johnny gonna come in here and say,
well, to the BOA, the problem is that you ain't got no kind heart to the BOA. You gotta have a kind heart to these women to the BOA. You gotta be able to give, so a woman can live, however she wanna live to the BOA. See, I don't come in the atmosphere because y'all think the world revolves around y'all stinky butts. But it don't let it be away. The world revolves around women. You are my sunshine. That's what I tell every woman I ever meet that'll be away. And everything in my pocket. If you want it, you got it. You don't know nothing about that'll be away. That's why women don't call your name when they talk about all the men that they really like that'll be away. Because you ain't giving enough.
Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker, but before you go, let me tell you this. If tricking off is what's gonna make me popular with women, well, man, I'm gonna be unknown for the rest of my life. I ain't got time, man, to be trying to impress no women with my money. They weren't there impressed by the grind that it took to get it. They ain't impressed by the late nights. They ain't impressed by the haters. They ain't impressed by the bad talk that you get, man, from the people you know, the people you thought would be supporting you. So I don't care what they got to say. And even if you don't look at it from that perspective, I'm not finna pay no woman nothing that she don't earn. And I ain't met the woman who earned my money just by showing up on a camera. I ain't met the woman who earned my money just by showing up on a picture. I ain't met the woman who earned my money and ain't gave me nothing a day in her life. I ain't never seen it, bro. So what we talking about is men who are so lost on what it means to deal with women from a position of power that they don't even think about the concept of dealing with women from a position of power. These guys don't think there is a position of power to deal with women from, so they deal with women from a position of submission. That's the problem with this society. The majority of men in this society believe that the best position with women is a position of submission. And then they want sympathy when they deal with all the attrition. The reality of life is that as a man, you have to view yourself as the thing that women should seek. If you don't feel sought after, then you don't feel bought after. And here's the problem. If you don't feel bought after, then you become a buyer, not a seller. What do I sell? A fantasy, the lifestyle, a dream, the dream of being on the winning team. You got guys out here that have established women team and still go out there and let the player take ownership of the team. That's just not how you handle business. And that is damn sure not how you handle women. This isn't the last time that we're going to see this. Somebody's going to come out and make 2 million the first day. You know why? Because she wants to and men want to be a part of helping her. You know, these guys probably sit around bragging, man, talking about, yeah, man, Bad Baby made $1 million, man. You know, I gave her my 100. I know that wasn't much, but I gave her my $100, man, really, you know, to help her on along the way, man. That's the problem in this world. Men don't want to help women. Help women do what? Help women do what? You give to the poor and needy. You give to the poor and needy. Able-bodied woman, man, she got to earn what she get. And here's the problem. With many men, she is earning what she gets because they are so pressed and so starved for the affection of a woman, not an attractive woman, a woman they're attracted to. And we can all say, oh man, that woman looks good. That woman don't look good. That woman is great. She don't look great. The problem is, the only thing we should be concerned about is the woman that we're attracted to. And many of these guys haven't had a woman that they're attracted to in their lives, man, in years, if ever. So yes, some little mildly attractive woman or even a very attractive woman decides that she's going to create an OnlyFans account and show herself to guys who are willing to pay. Man, these guys ain't had no bad chick in so long, bro. They just want to see one. They just want to see one. And here's the big thing that guys aren't understanding. It's not just about seeing the pictures. It's about the interaction that the woman's going to give you as she puts on her presentation. She's going to talk to you like she's doing all of this for you. And one-on-one in front of your camera, in front of your computer rather, one-on-one in front of your laptop, guess what? It is her just talking to you. But how can you block out the fact that there's 100,000 other men that she was talking to the exact same way in front of their little tunnel vision computer? You guys have to look at yourselves, man, and ask, why is it so easy to sell you on a dream, not even a good dream, a bad dream. Because you know for a fact you don't know this woman. And here's the weird thing, the sad thing. You don't care if you know her. You don't want to know her. You don't care if you don't touch her. You don't want to touch her. You don't care if you can't even smell her aroma. You don't want to smell her. You're perfectly fine with paying just to see her. Sad state of existence, man, for, I would say safely, the majority of men in this society. We just saw a story with Quavo involved with a woman that he'd been tricking on. So these guys compare themselves to a guy like that and say, man, he buying Birkin bags. I'm just paying $10. Yeah, you're just paying $10. But at least the bra was with him. He was able to touch her, see her, smell her, and do whatever else. You, she couldn't even pick you out of a lineup, bro. It's not the fact that you don't know her, because you know of her. She has a little bit of notoriety. The fact is, she don't know you. So how can she craft this fantasy that she's talking to you when you know in your brain she doesn't know you? This isn't emotionality. You know, emotionality makes a man lose sense of his logic and morality, but that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is what I call suppressive psychosis, where a man is able to use his lust and desires and his feelings of neglect to suppress the reality of his life. That what he's doing is tricking. And not just basic tricking. It's tricking hard, man. It's tricking hard. Because you're getting nothing. And so rather than have one big trick, who's going to buy a woman a Birkin bag and buy her a Bentley and put her in a house and do all of that, you got a whole bunch of little Voltron tricks. And you put them all together and you make a big Voltron trick that's worth over $1 million to a halfway decent looking chick like Bhabie. Tricking is almost at the point of completely consuming the air that Pimp and breathes, man. And it's a sad state. Make me want to leave the country, bro. Be honest with you. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.